All right, bro. We back live. That's all on me. That's a fuck up on my players. Fuck up from time to time. We back live. I think. You see it yet? All right, should pop up here in just a second. At least this gives you more time to charge your phone, though.
It ain't really charging because I'm on Discord. It'll
Because you on what?
be on Discord now.
Oh. All right, we're gonna wait to get some people in here real quick. That's what I get for trying to fix the audio in the situation, and it just backfires on me.
It's weird. No, let me back out of this one because this is the.
Polo boy, what up? What up? Polo boy, you can hear us? Let us know if you can hear us. We had audio issues a little earlier. No, there's a little bit of a delay and everything. If you can hear us, we can just go ahead and get it started.
Yeah, it's late now.
You got the live up?
Yep.
Everything good? You hear the sound, everything?
Yep. I'm good now.
Cool. All right. Players fuck up from time to time. That was all on me. Trying to fix some situations for the live, make it look a little bit more professional and whatnot. I think we said we were going to start off with Snowfall.
Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. So Snowfall episode 4. It's hard to believe we're almost what, mid season now already?
Yeah. Well, it's because everybody this season seems to be going with the starting you out, giving you like the first 20% of the season kind of thing. So it's like it's throwing our timing off. It's throwing the scheduling off a little bit. But yeah, it does seem like we're moving quickly.
Yeah, I mean, between that and Bel Air, I can't believe Bel Air is already like 7 episodes in. It's almost the end of the season.
I'm not surprised by that because think about it. We really only been like reviewing week to week Bel Air for 3 weeks. We on episode 7, but we really only been going week to week. This will be our 4th week going week to week with Bel Air. They gave us 3 episodes to start with.
Facts.
So that's that typical feeling of, you know, time so long the season is or should be is a little thrown off with these shows in particular.
Well, I hear you on that. All right. Snowfall, episode 4, opening season. Looks like Mama's back home, man. Cissy got her bags and packed it up and headed back to California.
Out of nowhere. Just popped back up too. Like didn't call nobody. She took a commercial flight? She flew commercial?
She flew on one of Franklin's jets.
Yeah. She came back with a shipment. Like she came back. Yikes.
Looks like she's going through, some of her memories of being in the home, some of her earliest memories, some of her memories with Carlton. So, she's just thinking about things and she's finally back. So it just brings up all of those memories all at once.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering if she was going to be salty about Wanda staying in her house. But then, like, how you going to be mad? Like, it served the purpose for Wanda. She needed it. You obviously wasn't using it.
Facts.
So I was wondering if she'd be mad. It was clothes everywhere, shoes on the ground, dishes wasn't done. She probably like,
So Jerome is kicking it in the hood with the Crips, and he happens to hear a song, like you said earlier. Seems like Snowfall's got their own famous in the hood now.
Compton got a famous out there rapping about the shit. Now, people talk, right? But the detail, though,
fam, that detail was nuts.
Accuracy, though. So, like, that tells me it's more than just, like, street gossip. Because even with Famous was hyping a lot of shit, right? Like, he was putting a lot on it. But, oh, boy, No, fact.
Name.
What the hell? So I'm really trying to figure out what's going on with Louis and this cop, man. But it seemed like little homeboy know more than everybody else about what's going on with Louis and the cop.
Yeah.
So that tells me what has gone on in that time gap that we've had, right, in between Cissy and Alton going to Cuba, and now what has happened in between there that is that obvious that some little nigga is able to tell you about your relationship, tell you some shit that obviously it sounded like, or at least it looked like he wasn't even privy to.
Yeah. No. The whole thing is just kind of crazy. And then they pull up on the hood. They pull up on the Crips, or I should say the projects, and fucking sick the dogs on homeboy. That was a little crazy. Rico DeBarge out here causing havoc. What's up with bro?
Yeah, bro, he on a power trip. Now, why they haven't busted his ass by now? No clue. I think it has something to do with Louis. I'm just saying. But
well, he winked at Jerome.
At Jerome, yeah, bro. Like, all right, it was enough that you at the bar talking your shit. It's enough now. You rolling up in old girl office with your stank ass soup or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now you showing up to the Jets, sicking the dogs on niggas. Bet.
What like, a grimy ass nigga for that.
What do them cops think that money is for? Like you think me giving you money means you own me? Is that how that works? So your boss giving you a paycheck means that you own them. Ain't that funny how that dynamics change when you talking to your people and not the other way around? See, facts. I have a hard time believing he wouldn't understand how this shit works had it not been Louis and Jerome. Had it been Hobby or Reid or anybody else like that, I think he'd have a little bit easier time falling in. But it's something about falling in line when other people look like you that just set some of these Negroes off. He's definitely one of them. He's definitely one of them. That on top of whatever the hell him and Louis got going on.
Something. We'll get into it. I don't want to jump in the episode, but yeah, it's something strange going there. Polo Boy said you can't trust these light skinned niggas, whether it be Bel Air or Snowfall, which is a fact. Fact.
We're cool.
You could, all right.
I guess not from Carlton's perspective.
Braxton ain't cool either. Detective Braxton. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little while. What do you think of Franklin's girlfriend / baby mom? Just what do you think about her?
Very neat.
Very neat. Yeah.
She's capable.
Okay.
She's reliable. She's loyal. Smart.
You sound like DJ Khaled.
Driven. She should buy a mama a house. I know where you're going with this because I've been having the same conversation with Tia. It's like, y'all got to get off this woman's back.
Where am I going with it? You don't know where I'm going with it, cuz.
I know where you're going with it. Get off this woman's back, okay? Maybe she's a little touched, okay? But Franklin like it. He down with it. I don't think she's hideous. She has a very peculiar. She has strong features. Sure. She's just, yeah. She for somebody. She for Saint. Saint like it.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying what the public perception is at this current time. A lot of people don't like how she looks. They think Franklin could do better. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So like, but what are you asking for in that? You want him to go get a dumb ditzy Barbie who gonna snitch on him the minute that somebody walk in? Like,
I like her.
We got to find a woman that was good.
He handles her business, and he likes her, so that's all that matters.
All that matters.
But some people think she looks like Arsenio Hall in drag. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that. Yeah. I've seen the memes out here. That's all I'm saying.
You know what it is? I don't.
Was
And I was looking at her, and I'm trying to figure out what it is that's off. And I think it's her eyes. I don't know what. I don't know exactly what it is around here in this area. I think there's. I don't know. Right. I don't know. But
I don't
it's
either.
got to do with here. Because like everything else is all right. Her hair look okay. It's decent. You know, she got. You know, she got good skin. You know, like you know, she got nice teeth. But then it's just like when you get eye contact with her. That's when you start to turn your head. And you be like, mm.
It's something, bro. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. You know what I
But
mean?
she's down though, right? And that's what I can respect because like damn all of that stuff. Like half of y'all built like a burnt tire anyways. You know what I'm saying? Talking about this movie star. We are sitting in our fucking computer chairs talking about how you know attractive or unattractive she is. She look better than most of us.
I am
So
just commenting on what the people are saying.
but she's down though.
Yes,
She's down. She's
absolutely.
admitted, and he don't really have to lie to her. He doesn't have to lie to her. Now, whether or not he does, that's on him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Polo Boy said Melanie was better, and I'm inclined to agree, at least from a look standpoint. Maybe not. Maybe
Melanie
not
was better.
from a look standpoint. Not from
Melanie was better.
because she was all out here strung
The
out
dope
on. You
fiend
know what
was
I mean?
better. Got him in the back was better. Come on, y'all. Come on now.
At her peak, she looks better. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
All
it's
I'm saying.
nuts. It is nuts that the lengths that niggas will go to for a pretty face and a fat ass. It is crazy.
But I'm not saying she's a better girlfriend. I'm not saying that. I'm glad Franklin is at where he's at. I'm happy for bro because he got a real one. At least it seems.
He's out here caping from
Is she?
hell.
Is
That's
she the?
crazy.
Well, here's the hard question. Is she the feds though?
What's up?
Is Veronique the feds though?
No. Nah, she's pregnant. You think she would jeopardize her child and his family to snitch? To save herself from something that she built? It ain't like he kidnapped her and drug her off into this shit. What benefit would she get from snitching on Franklin?
We'll explore that later.
Okay.
Louis is slipping heavy with Buckley, and you can tell Jerome just is fucking with it less and less and less. Obviously, as well as Leon, because Leon is ready to ride on all the cops.
You know what? I want to be with Leon because I feel you. I understand. But like, what nigga? What you about to do, Leon? You about to lead an insurgency in Compton? Is that what you about to do? You about to go guerrilla warfare on the LAPD?
Yeah, he
Like,
about to
like,
go. He about to go Che Guevara in the hood.
no. Check this out. Check this out. So he has this whole morality play, right? And so, boom, the cops bust up in here and they raiding us, and they got the cops on my little dude, and they doing us wrong, right? So, not let's build up our community. Let's go out here. Let's stop selling drugs so they have nothing to come in here and look for. No, you know what we gonna do? We gonna go murder some police officers, right? We gonna shoot back and get the whole hood slaughtered. That's what we gonna do. How Javi understands that more than well, I get the parallel they were trying to draw, but how Javi understands that more than Lee, I understand he's a young hothead, but bruh, you live in a place where that type of violence predates your generation, right? That's your literal history. So on what planet do you draw the conclusion we just gonna hunker down and start a war while selling drugs at the same time? We gonna keep selling drugs. Right? We gonna keep jugging these crack to our people, but we gonna start a war with the police at the same. It was just like, fam, why are you spazzing out right now? It was a little much. I was with him on the morality side. I was definitely with him on where he's coming from. I just didn't think the application was all there.
You wasn't with the rocket launchers at all.
No, yeah. I need armor piercing rounds and rocket launchers, bruh. Bruh, why you gonna make them fire on the block? Why are you gonna make them do that?
You want to flip a couple tanks, bruh?
Y'all was sitting around listening to rap playing dominoes when them niggas pulled up. And they pulled up with dogs and a whole squad crew and a helicopter. What exactly do you think that they pull it up with when you shoot one of them? What
with
do
a
you
rocket
think is
launcher.
coming next?
The fucking army.
Okay. Nigga said, give me armor piercing rounds, rocket launchers, anything that fucks shit up. All right.
We're gonna see how that works out.
Right.
Also, Cissy walks in and lets it be known that she's back in town, which was cool until she told everybody that, you know, Franklin's girl is pregnant, which Leon knew, but Jerome and Louis didn't know. Any thoughts on that whole situation?
Why they didn't already know? See, here's what's interesting about Franklin, right? Franklin likes to pull the family card when it's beneficial to Franklin. But any other time, it's not really important for it to be a we thing. And that's where I think Louis is coming from. It's like, oh, we family when you need us to be family. When you need to get shit in line, when you need to put shit in order, it's time to be family. Oh, it's loyalty this and honor that. But when it's time for you to make a decision for you and yours, that's what you do. Right? So why exactly didn't Jerome and Louis know that Veronique was pregnant? Why didn't Lee?
Lee did know. Lee did know because Franklin pulled up to the projects and told him.
You're right. He told me. You're right.
Which
But
is
still,
arguably
like,
worse because that means he's telling his homeboy, but he ain't telling the family.
I think he considers Lee to be family.
That's fair.
He considers Lee to be the same as Jerome and Louis.
So then you tell one part of your family and you're not telling blood
So
family
now,
at least.
yeah, exactly. Now there's a rift. Now there's a rift somewhere, clearly.
Yeah. Keegan Michael Key, aka Buckley, and Louis meet up in an alley, or I don't know what that was, but they meet up, and it's very clear that Buckley's going to do whatever the fuck he wants, and Louis really has no control over it. Any thoughts on that little exchange?
I'm confused. Why this dynamic is shaking out like this? How does one of your employees buck your authority like this? That's what you are, bro. You an employee, fam. What? Okay. All right. So you obviously not stopping crime by working with me, right? Let's just keep it honest. You're feeding certain information and drug bust to make yourself look good, but in the grand scheme of things, you're not really fighting crime. You're doing a lot more benefit to me than I'm doing for you. Because while you sitting over here taking care of the shit that I want you to take care of, you staying away from all the shit that you probably actually supposed to be doing. So let's get that straight. Anytime there's a quote unquote partnership between law enforcement and the criminals, unless you're talking governmental, unless you're talking CIA, you know what I'm saying? You have the control over somebody's well-being to that extent. There's no, it's not completely symbiotic. It's not completely mutual. Right? If you are engaging with the criminal, you're engaging in criminal activity.
Yeah.
Outside of, criminal CIs and shit like that. That's not this situation. You do not have the leverage. So why is Louis allowing him to feel that way? Why is she giving him this wide of a berth? You can go find you another cop, man.
But there's a deeper, darker link here, and we just don't know what it is.
In the 80s made less than $50,000 a year. You can go buy you another cop, man. This thing can disappear tomorrow. What is the issue?
Well, no, man. There's something there that they just haven't shown, and it obviously happened during this time lapse. So they're going to show us an episode of something that happened. So we'll see.
We're wrong.
Right.
They getting our get back on us now. We didn't have so many TV shows and men stepping out, cheating and shit. Now they getting us. Now we all on TV getting our feelings hurt, getting embarrassed.
That is a fact.
Poor Jerome.
We'll see.
Poor Jerome.
Franklin meets up with Teddy to try to get the heat from the LAPD to chill out, but homeboy doesn't have any connects with the LAPD thanks to Alton. So it looks like that heat ain't getting stopped at all.
He's a fucking liar, bro. He's a liar. He's a liar, and Franklin ain't mad enough for me. He's a liar, and he's not mad enough for me. He's too calm. He's too calm.
Okay.
What you mean? Oh, so you mean the CIA sent you back to me with not even the power to influence local law enforcement? That don't sound off to you, Franklin? 1 minute, this nigga pops in your life with tons and tons of coke and all the levity that you could possibly have. The next minute, he comes back without your father, and now all of a sudden he can't do shit. Don't that sound off to you, Franklin? He's not mad enough, and he's not pressing the issue at all. He's too cool with being blissfully dumb and ignorant with whatever is going on with Reid, because all this shit stinks to high hell. You was on your way out.
If I remember correctly, last season he was very, maybe not passive, but the decisions he was making were kind of questionable up until like the last 3, 4, maybe 5 episodes. Then it all just kind of came around, and he became the Franklin that we knew again. At least I'm just thinking the same thing as at play this season.
That last season though had more to do with him recovering.
Yes.
I think that was his recovery arc, making it out of, people thinking that he was broken after what y'all think is Franklin's best girlfriend shot him in the fucking back. He finally
I did not say his best girlfriend. I just said she looked better. That's all I said, bro.
Yeah, for whatever that's worth. You can take that to the emergency room. Take that straight to the ICU.
Anyway. Yeah. Leon meets up with Avi for the guns. Wanda, who we see in a later scene, is making herself worth every penny. She is getting the job done.
I just think that's Wanda, amazing. Man. I'm not gonna lie, man. As soon as Wanda lost her sex talk job, I expected her to be right back where she started. So I'm rooting for Wanda, man. I honestly am. I'm rooting for her.
You and me both.
I'm glad that she's not like most people, who probably knew Franklin from back in the day. Yeah, let me hold $1 ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, she wants to work for it. She went there, asked that man for some honest work. He gave it to her, and she's showing out. It's not even so much of her skill set or what she has or brings to the table. It's just effort. She tries hard. You know what I mean? And she's honest now. So, yeah, I'm rooting for Wanda.
Coming from where she came from, the effort that she's putting towards this is much needed, because it's not easy. Like you said, you can obviously very easily relapse into a situation. So the fact that she's out here and grinding hard to make sure she don't end up back in that place is respectable.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree.
Okay, so Leon officially puts a wedge right into the middle between him and Franklin by basically saying, no, I'm not going to the dinner for Cissy. I'm here in the projects. I'm doing what needs to be done here in the projects.
Which again makes me very frustrated, because on one hand, you got this sensible, this come to Jesus moment where it's like, yeah, what are we doing with all this money? And I don't want to be up here eating steaks, eating steaks while people are suffering over here. Cool. Then you got, give me the grenade launchers and the armor-piercing rounds that's going to put all of those same people in immediate danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on up there. I can't figure it out with Lee. But I respect that he's, I guess, similar to how Jerome was kind of having his feeling when they first start getting rock out about the business and wanting to get out and not really wanting to have nothing to do with it for a while. It seems like everybody's kind of had that moment except for Franklin. Which is a little telling, but it's probably also a little obvious because of who he is and what heights he reached. So,
yeah, I would agree. We will see what's going on with that a little later. Okay, so at the dinner, it looks like Franklin and Louis have quite a bit of animosity. And then that's when Louis decides to ask about Alton because obviously Cissy may have some info on maybe what happened with Alton. Oh shit, low key cave. Appreciate you, bro. $5.
That's the first
We
one.
definitely
Hey, low key
appreciate
cave.
that.
Hey, write that. Make sure you put a note.
I gotta write it down.
Man, appreciate you for sure.
Appreciate
Thank
that for
you.
sure.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you supporting the content. We appreciate everybody in the chat supporting the content.
Everybody.
So definitely appreciate that. So yeah, at the dinner, it seems like they have a little bit of animosity. They're looking at each other. They're all crazy, it seems like. And that's when, like I said, Louis decided to basically ask straight up what happened with Alton. Like, if anybody would know, obviously Cissy might have some leads.
Yeah.
And that's when Franklin basically has to tell Cissy that Teddy's back in town.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that scene?
So, all right. First of all, the whole like brother sister kicking each other under the table shit was funny for a while. Like how they kept peering up at each other, but it slowly got sobering for me. The more that Cissy tried to talk about Alton, the more all day I started noticing it all day. The more Cissy tried to start talking about Alton, the more Franklin tried to change the subject. The more he was trying to talk about something else. Fam, why are you actively trying not to figure out whether or not Reid tried to kill you or killed your father? Why are you actively trying not to know? It's one thing to stay blissfully ignorant. It's another thing to run away from the information, fam.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I really want to be just as mad at you, but I have a theory that I'm holding off. We'll talk about it. Shout out to Polo Boy. Polo Boy just donated as well, $1.99.
Hey.
Shout out to the squad homies.
For sure.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right. So Cissy, after hearing that information, claims that she wants to be a major player in the game, along with Franklin, specifically to come along on the shipments with him.
Don't pop out of that dinner situation too far yet, because there's also in that what I was gonna say is Franklin, while he is trying his best not to hear it, Cissy comes right the fuck out and says it. Reid Thompson killed him.
Okay. Yep.
Reid Thompson killed him. And off of the heels of that, Louis forces Franklin because somehow in all of that, after your mom just told you that Reid killed your dad, you still didn't want to tell her that the nigga was in town. So I don't know what games he's playing. I don't know if this is a secret master plan by Saint. But fam, if you don't get ruffled under your collar, if you don't get mad that Reid slayed your dad, we're going to have some problems. We're going to have some problems, man. Why aren't you more upset?
I say I have a theory, but I just think I know how things are going to play out. Let's just say that.
Hey, listen, man. I don't want no deep fake. We all know what happened. We saw what the fuck happened. Ain't no reason for that man to walk in there with no goddamn gun if it wasn't to do what he did.
Oh, no, I think he killed Alton. I think he killed Alton. That's not the theory.
Don't. Because now it's like you insulting my intelligence. Now we not telling the story. We getting way out of pocket.
Let me at least say this. What I have is just how the next few episodes are going to play out, more so than an actual theory on whether or not I think Alton is still alive or some crazy shit. Like, I just think I know how the rest of the episodes are going to play
out. Say not dead. I think he's dead.
I think he's dead too.
Alton's done for.
Well, I guess he could. I guess it's possible that Reid maybe paid him off and he just ran away, but I just feel like that's cheap.
But why? I'm already in Cuba. Who we running from?
Yeah.
I'm in Cuba. You fine. Why are you here other than to inflict pain on me for taking your prized possession away, which is the business with Franklin?
Yeah.
All of us.
Okay, so in the car, Cissy decides that she wants to be a major part in the situation. She wants back in the game with Franklin, which is nuts considering where we started with her. but she said specifically that she wants to go on drops with him. Any thoughts on that?
Fishy as hell. Fishy. Why drops? Why you don't want to work in the office? Why you don't want to count cash? Why you don't want to clean cash? Why do you want to go to where the action is at?
I mean, I think me and you know the answer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it did seem like when they were in the office, when Franklin and Veronique were trying to go over everything with the actual business that they have, she was kind of like not interested whatsoever. And she was just kind of like, yeah, this is cool. In her eyes, you could kind of see that she wanted something different. She wanted something more. So that little bit of foreshadowing was a little bit interesting, at least, I thought. Okay, so Cissy walks through the projects after the raid. Because Leon is on his revolutionary kick, Cissy may be an ally in that because Cissy was in a relationship with the Panthers. She was basically part of the Panthers as well. So she
because Cissy is the only adult in Leon's life that can talk some fucking sense into him. And she seen that this nigga was going to get his fucking muffin cap back, heel back, clean, just take his whole shit off.
I
She
don't
was like,
think
man,
she's gonna.
let me go talk to this baby. Let me go talk to him before he end up sprawled out on the street.
I don't think she was gonna help him. Start shooting at the cops and shit. I just think she
No one was
obviously
going to help him do that. It was going to be Lee
right,
and all them fucking guns when them
right.
cops showed up.
But I think because she knows how everything, worked out with the Panthers, she would be somebody who would be able to help Leon see what it is that actual revolution would be. Not this shit. Not the shit that he's currently trying to do.
It feels like Cissy is recruiting, which is weird because why would you be recruiting within an organization that's already a thing? You know what I mean? Like, what are you recruiting for?
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, let's just keep talking. Yeah.
He the uncle with the nephew, got eyes but don't see. That line really spoke to Jerome in that rap song. He the uncle with the nephew, got eyes but don't see.
Don't see.
That shit spoke volumes to him. He rewound it multiple times.
Multiple times after he remixed it. You see, he put it on another beat for him. He was trying to help him out, and then he realized, hold on, he sent me a shot. I caught it straight in this shit.
I think it's opening his eyes very clearly, very literally.
Louis, please have an explanation for me, Lou. Please have an explanation for me. And it was already bad enough that she left him for the club owner way back when, and he had to go play Super Saver and get her up out of there.
Facts.
Don't do this to me, Lou. He didn't even want to be in none of this, Lou. He didn't want to be in none of this. Don't do this to Jerome. Don't do this. But I feel like it could be one of two things, right? It could either be that what we were just thinking, or it could be that he got her out of some sort of trouble, and whatever he got her out of, he's still holding it over her head, and Jerome doesn't know.
Yeah.
That's a more likely circumstance to me because we've already been down the road of Louis and infidelity or stepping out of the relationship. We've already done that arc. So I feel like it's more likely that he has something on her. He has some sort of leverage that Jerome doesn't know about. But then that's going to cause a rift between them because yeah, I understand he a cop, but I'm your man, I'm your husband. So something got to give there. Something's going to have to give.
I would agree. So in the next scene, we see Franklin and Veronique having a discussion. Basically, it would seem that Cissy's not the only person that Franklin lied to about Teddy, but Veronique was also somewhat lied to about how dangerous Teddy could be. But then also, I just wanted to throw this out there. She knows how to use a gun pretty well.
Yeah, because apparently her mom was a drunk or gambler.
So that
Book of
means
Sugar.
she knows.
Who knows?
So that means she just knows how to use a gun, how to
Well, maybe
dismantle a gun.
dangerous characters. It sounds like her mom was like Kate. You know what I'm saying? The way that they was describing her.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, if my mother shows up and begs to be back in our lives, we're gonna run away to Africa. So yeah, I would think her mom is pretty wild. I would think her mom is pretty wild.
Must be.
In terms of what was the first question you asked? You asked about something before we mentioned Berenice.
Yeah. Before Veronique?
Yeah, something about
Nah, bro.
Teddy.
Teddy. Yep.
Talking about
How
uh
dangerous
um
Teddy is.
how dangerous he is. I feel like we were splitting hairs there. I mean, like, how dangerous do I have to tell you the CIA is? You and all your knowledge that you have, like, how dangerous do I have to express to you that the American government is? How deep into the detail do it? Unless he didn't give her that detail. That's probably
Seems like he
one
didn't.
detail you can't miss out on is that, yeah, he's CIA. That's kind of all that needs to be said at that point, right? Like, what
Yep.
else needs to be said?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she probably didn't know any of that. So it just seems like Franklin is out here keeping everybody in the dark about any and everything almost.
he on his Tariq shit.
I'll say a little questionable to say the least, but
His Tariq shit. God damn it.
Okay. So after that, Cissy meets with Ruben. It seems like she is meeting with him to confirm that he will kill Teddy, but not before she figures out what happened with Alton. Seems like Cissy is getting the job that you want Franklin to get done.
Fam, I fucking screamed when she said that shit. I said, put your fucking dick on the table. Put your dick on the table, Cissy. Let them know. Let them know that that death will not go unanswered. You do not run up in here and take one of ours and think that you just gonna run business over here, bruh. I don't care. Don't care if you swinging a long arm of the law. If you take my father from me, there is no place on this earth that you can hide from me from, bro. Not a single. If you take my mother from me, there isn't a single place on this planet that you can hide from me. Why that isn't Franklin's existence, I don't know. He gotta explain that. You know, I guess him and Alton's relationship was so as it is, but it's half love and it's also a respect thing. You cannot allow that to go unanswered because think about it, man. He's always held all of their livelihoods in his hands, right? Reid has an off night. He has a drunken bender. He has a bad coke binge, and he can just decide, fuck all of them. I'll just start over. And who's going to second guess any of it because he's already so far off the reservation. So he's always held their lives and their circumstances in his hands.
Yeah.
How we haven't began to put a degree of separation, right? Like, even though we got to work together, how we haven't begun to put a degree of separation between you and Reid in terms of outside of professional, I don't get it. There's no way he would ever be able to convince me. Yeah, no, man. You know, like he was over there talking about, oh yeah, Reid's always been good to me. Reid's always done right by me. Man, I swear to God, talking about he always been good to me. Ooh, you sound like a whooped slave.
Yeah.
You sound like a beaten man. No, boss always been good to me now. I ain't got no complaints. He get my coke on time and he pay me on time.
A little nuts, to say the least.
So I'm looking at Cissy and she's like, yeah, no, he's dead. But I need to find out what happened to Alton first. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? Cissy was in Cuba for God knows how long, by herself after Alton left.
Would have had to have been years.
So she's been in Cuba. She shows back up, and the day after she lands in LA, she's having a conversation with. Is it safe to assume a Cuban national? Maybe.
I was gonna say it looks like Polo Boy thinks so.
So, oh no, he said Louis gonna die. Or maybe I'm behind. I'm behind.
You might be a little behind.
I hope not.
You think Cissy is working with some type of government? That's the question he asked.
Government? No.
Okay.
Organization? Yes. Because, all right, so we got the Contras, we got the Sandinistas. You got the United States government supporting the Contras. What if she went to Cuba, got down with some Sandinistas, told them about the situation that she had going on with Reid, and is bringing them back as like a counterintelligence mission or some shit like that, right? So she can kill two birds with one stone. Not only can she remove Reid as a problem for Veronique and Saint and Franklin, but she can also get retribution for Alton. So you get your revenge and you solidify your son. Right? You can kill Teddy without him having to be at risk. Franklin want to get out anyways. Let me keep my legitimate business. Y'all can have all the coke trade. You can have it. Keep the shit. Take it. Take it. Y'all got it. Set up roots. I'm on my way out. I got my legitimate business. I've made my money. I wanted to get out anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. It is absolutely wild how we've gotten here so quickly with Cissy from where she was before. Like, she is full blown gangster as fuck. Like, maybe more so than the other people we see in the show right now, which is absolutely crazy because she wanted absolutely no parts. She didn't want no parts of Alton. She didn't want no parts of Cuba. She didn't want no parts of the drug shit.
Any of it. Any of it.
It's just crazy that we're here now. And she's probably, at this point, I mean, it cost us Alton, but she's probably one of my favorite characters now. Like, that quickly.
Cissy is turned the fuck up. Cissy is
1,000%. Last week, I kind of tried to explain how I felt that the season was going to progress a little bit. So the first couple of episodes, we kind of saw how Teddy was coming back into the fold. And then that kind of led into some problems with Franklin. And then we saw how there's now a divide between Louis and Franklin. And then now we're seeing the divide between Leon and Franklin. Do we think we will see in the next couple of episodes that there will be a divide between Cissy and Franklin, between Veronique and Franklin? Do we think that there's going to, like, I guess, between the next I'd probably say 3 episodes or so, going to be a divide between probably each person in the situation?
Cissy, no, because she needs to stay close. Veronique, that's the one that's probably going to tilt. She'll be the last one. She'll be the last
that's
one
what I was thinking
to kind of not bail, but to have her riff with Franklin because she's the most committed at this point. She's got the most invested. So I think if she dips, she'll be the last one.
Mind you, also, it could be a thing where Jerome, because Jerome didn't really have too much of a problem with Franklin when Louis did, but maybe at some point he starts to look at things and become a little jaded as well.
Jerome is busy. Jerome's going to be busy this season. He's busy.
I think they're all going to be pretty busy.
Ain't got no time for his nephew and his nonsense. Plus, he's not even in the middle of that shit with him and Louis. He just wanted them to make up. So it's like Jerome's preoccupied. He got his own business this season.
I think within the next 3 episodes, we're going to see further divides, more divides, and then it's going to culminate into this world war between all of them. And then at the end, we're going to see a final battle between, at this point, I thought it was going to be Franklin and Reid, but I don't even fucking know. It might be Cissy and Reid at this point.
It's definitely about to be Franklin and Reid. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to Cissy in the middle of that, but it's definitely going to have to boil down to Franklin and Reid because I just can't see that. I can't see it. I cannot see a man taking the life of the man that gave you life, whoever that man may be, and that going unanswered. So it's going to have to be Franklin and Reid. If they don't, they're gonna Game of Thrones the hell out of it and goddamn who's the equivalent of Arya in Snowfall. Fucking Peaches is gonna kill Reid. I'm like, son of a bitch.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. Do you think that Cissy will be killed off? Do you think Cissy will be killed off in maybe the second to last episode? And do you think she will get her answer as to at least what happened to Alton?
Oh, she gonna get an answer. She gonna get an answer because eventually Reid. I think Reid might end up telling him. To be honest with you, I think he might end up telling him. I don't think they're gonna have to dig very far. First of all, just realistically speaking, they don't have the resources to investigate it. So it's going to have to come from Reid. It is, or somebody that knows as well. But do I think she'll die in one of the last two episodes? It depends on how close her plan gets. I think she's in real danger of dying because of what she's engaged in right now, more so than she has been, a season past. But it's hard to say because right now we don't know exactly what path she's on. We don't know the plan. We don't know how all of this is going to shake out. We don't even know what her plan of attack is yet. So we're going to need another episode or so to kind of to fill that one out. The problem is that we more than halfway or just about halfway through the season already.
We're almost halfway. Next will be 5. Next will be episode 5.
Jesus.
I think in the next season we're going to see the divide between Leon and Franklin get deeper, just like how it did with Louis in this episode currently.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see whoever the next person is to line up, whether that's, like I said, I guess Cissy, Veronique, Jerome,
I think
maybe.
Cissy is probably going to do a good job of keeping Leon in the fold, and that's going to help Franklin, and that's going to increase probably his trust in his mom to handle shit like that. It's probably what she needs if she's, if this whole, Sandinista insurgency mission is what's actually happening. It could be. It could be. But I think she'll keep Lee close because she knows that's bad for the organization to have that rift.
I would agree. It's amazing how the show has maintained its freshness despite John Singleton, not being here. Like I almost feel like sometimes when the original creators or original producers aren't involved, like with the Boondocks, for example, the show at some point in the future reaches a stale date, and it doesn't seem like Snowfall has gotten there.
No, I mean, there was a slight change in tone, I guess you could realize, but it hasn't changed. The DNA of the show is still there. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely been a continuation. It's not, the difference is not so sharp that it feels like a different show. And that's sometimes what you can feel when the, the head guy, the creator or the executive producer, or the writer, the director, somebody like that is changed. Then it feels like the DNA of the show changes, like it's just the feel of it. So it's remained pretty consistent to me.
I would agree.
No.
Let's see. Polo Boy says, I think Teddy will kill Cissy, and that will be Franklin's last straw.
Damn, he got to get both of your parents? That's how far we got to go?
I mean, yeah.
Shit.
He also said,
enough, huh?
He also says Cissy having that Wendy from Ozark character development, which is facts.
Hey. I know we don't talk about Ozark here, but goddamn, Marty Berg is an unaware parent.
Yes.
He is the most laissez-faire ass daddy. He don't give a damn about anything. Like nothing is across the line for Marty Berg. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to do like a top 10 worst parents list from all the shows that we watch.
Okay.
That might be an idea for a video right there.
1D Forever says spot on Veronique. I think when we were talking about what might be happening with Veronique. And then he also says it'll be Franklin and Reid.
I agree.
Yeah. So let's get into Bel Air, episode 7, Payback's a Bitch. Did you have any other things that you want to say about Snowfall before we get into it?
No, did you get all the? You got all the reactions or
I think
all the
so.
questions?
I think Low Key Cave said a couple of things as well. He said I think she told Leon too. And then he said true, which I think that was a minute ago. I think we were talking about a few things.
All right, we good
Um, I
to
think
move
so.
on.
Let's talk about Bel Air. Like I said, episode 7, Payback's a bitch. Opening scene. New Uncle Phil calls Will into his office to talk about Lisa. All the while, Detective Fred, aka Braxton from the Jamie Foxx show, is trying to get info from Lisa on Will. Understandable from New York, Jesus Christ. Understandable from New Uncle Phil's side. More of a preventative conversation, trying to make sure that he doesn't give too much information away. But it just seems like Detective Fred is looking for any kind of info on Will, which is nuts that he's putting his daughter through that.
You know what's crazy? I actually like Wilkes' approach more than I like Uncle Phil's.
Okay.
Uncle Phil was dancing around it. And I was like, maybe it's good to, keep some distance and blah, blah, blah. Nigga, listen, I need you not to fuck this up. Okay? Don't say nothing to Lisa about any of that Philly shit while this campaign is going. You want to have your come to Jesus moment? Tell her after the campaign. I need you. Do not give her that information because it's not what Lisa will do with it. It's what her father will do to get it out of her and then eventually what he will do with it. Has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with Lisa. Has nothing to do with your trust for Lisa. It has everything to do with the fact that Wilkes is her father and you cannot have that information with Lisa. You just literally cannot. There's no way you can give her that information to go home with. Because then what you going to do? You're going to ask her to lie to her father?
Yeah.
You literally cannot have her have that information. So I understand Uncle Phil's stance. I just wish he was just more forward about it. Nigga, this ain't got nothing to do with your relationship. I'm in the campaign.
I
I'm
would
in the
agree with
campaign.
that. I would agree with all of that. I definitely think that it's a teenager, so you might need to be a little more direct
Just
in
plain.
what you know what I mean. But I do think it's wild that he has to ask a teenager that's in the beginning stages of a relationship to be distant. Like I think if he was a little bit more direct, that advice would have come off a little bit
It
better.
sounds nuts. It does. It sounds nuts. Like, bro, just be honest. Because Wilkes is straight up like, look, I need something. And then on top of that, I kind of need you to slow play your relationship over there because of what we going through. So that's honesty. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't agree with his opinions, but he's being honest.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil trying to massage the situation so that he doesn't come off as an asshole. Well, bruh.
Sometimes you got to be, especially as a parent.
Yeah.
Will and Lisa are having to sneak around, and while the election is obviously an issue, Carlton is also an issue because he's still here. He's still around. Will says he will speak to Carlton about the situation that they find themselves in, which will play later on in the episode, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely should have got to that one, fam.
Yes. So, despite recording it, Hillary wasn't so sure about dropping the video that she made last episode. However, Hilo ended up doing it for her, which is absolutely nuts that she's out here in a fucking 360 deal that she can't control her own content.
Ew, that's nuts. I was like, did he take it from your phone?
And then the fact that she can't control it and delete it from her own account. She's in a fucking 360 deal for content creators. That's the only explanation for that.
Hey, so when she was talking to the sex
The sex
doctor,
pop, yeah.
and she was like, I didn't want that out. This some old porn star shit. And she's like, first of all, do not disrespect sex workers. I was like, oh,
I
God
felt like
damn
you
it.
had that reaction to it.
I was like, God damn it. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, fam, don't be disrespecting the sex workers, bro.
By saying that I don't want to be one?
Yeah, it's a little nuts. A little
Shit.
nuts.
Oh my God, that shit made my brain hurt. But did you peep she grabbed Hillary's camera.
No,
Like
I
they
didn't do
like
that.
at first I didn't really peep it, but then I wound it back. They showed us her packing up her camera.
I do
So
remember her packing up a camera.
Hillary was in the kitchen. She had the same setup that she had when she was doing the little bra shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old girl looked at her, and then they cut away from her face and specifically shot her packing up her camera. That's or packing up a camera, so it made me think that was Hillary's because they like cut away from them talking, cut away from their face while they were having a conversation, and showed her slowly packing up the camera. That's probably how she got the fucking content in the first place. Oh, Miss Sex Positivity over here is giving people in cahoots to give people salacious material that they didn't want to be out. How sex positive of you.
So what you're saying is she's in a 360 deal, and Kylo's the label owner, and sex doctor is the A&R. That's what I'm hearing.
Basically.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Dwayne Martin apparently wishes nothing but ill will on the Banks' marriage because he clearly spills the beans. He clearly spills all of the beans on the transfer and just walks away.
Hey,
just walks out of the conversation.
Do you know what's so hilarious about Dwayne Martin's character in this show? Is that he is literally himself in real life, like in every way, fucking up marriages. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I didn't say it. That's what they said. That's what Lisa Ray said. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
But no, man, like literally, like just the guy who's doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that one dude that was like, it was cool when everybody was single and young, but then everybody else got girlfriends and he's still trying to be single and young. You know what I'm saying? That guy, that's Dwayne Martin.
So you basically try to ruin the marriage at all costs? That's the thinking there?
I don't think he's specifically trying to ruin their marriage. He's just an idiot.
Yeah.
So you want me to send the money back? Like, dog. What?
He goes, I'm gonna go check some emails. I'm gonna get out of here. Like,
no, you should have did that before you opened up your. On what planet was that going to be the way to go? You hear how this conversation is going. You have
he did it intentionally, fam. That's the problem.
You have all the context in the world.
You
know I already sent you the money. You know I'm trying to convince her to send the money right now. You have all the context you need not to make that statement.
Yeah. I also think that scene was a clear setup for the eventual problems that they're going to have around this art that he paid $20,000 for. Just throwing that out there.
Bruh.
You got anything to say about that?
No. Go.
All right. So Carlton is shitting the bed on the lacrosse field, and Connor says, at least lacrosse is one sport they can't take away from us, which is absolutely nuts, but sounds about par for his character. Well, that's fucking wild.
That one was actually funny. That one was a little funny. That was a little funny.
So after that comment, he clearly fucked him up pretty bad.
Yeah. Isn't that what you do in lacrosse? Like, what is that? Was that not a legal hit? Isn't that what you're supposed to do in lacrosse? I've never played. I've never even watched the game.
Watched, so you know what
I mean? I would think since they wearing pads that's a common occurrence. Maybe not. Maybe it was against the rules.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Carlton seems to be understanding on why he's an asshole and why everything he did before was problematic. Still can't shake the feeling that he's going to piss me off at some point. He's just, it's a continuation with him. He's going to make me be like, oh, now Carlton's starting to get it. And then he does something to piss me off. And then we're back. Like, we just kind of keep ebbing and flowing, it seems like.
Well, I think it was good that he acknowledged it, right? That's positive that he realized that he was wrong. I'm with you though. I don't totally trust it. He know too much. And Carlton is loose with his recreational drugs. So at very least he could unintentionally harm the family with how he carries himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's very reactionary. He's very emotional. and he has a propensity to overreact. So
I guess technically it has to be something that keeps going because it is a drama. It's not a sitcom like the original show is. They
sure.
do need a I guess a somewhat consistent source of drama, and Carlton seems to be the go-to.
You know what it is? So in the sitcom where we saw this arc maybe take 2 or 3 episodes, they've taken it and they've drawn it all the way out and made it a complete arc, which is a luxury that you have afforded to you when you have a drama series that's going to go multiple seasons, as opposed to a sitcom that's lucky to get to 100 episodes if you're lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's syndication. So everybody prays for syndication.
fair enough. Perk-minded said, "I don't trust B at all."
Drive us straight to Vivian. Take us
No,
there.
no, no,
Nope.
no. I got a
Nope.
couple
I'm
more
on the
scenes.
bus.
No,
Me,
no, no, no,
me
no,
and Perf are on the bus. Take us
nope.
to Vivian right
Absolutely
now.
not.
Take us
Absolutely
there.
not. Polo Boy says that's a legal play for Dublin Scioto. It's legal, but they were mad because it's practice.
That's a legal play for Dublin Scioto. Shout out to Scioto.
Facts.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, no, I
no,
mean it looked fine to me.
yeah,
It's
I don't know.
lacrosse a real sport. Yeah, man. Yes.
And we're gonna take it over at some point.
I was about to say that's all we need. Hey, look, the only thing keeping us out of lacrosse is the fact that the inner city schools don't have it.
And they can't afford it. I hear it's
You know what I'm saying?
one of
Oh, it's
those rich people sports.
expensive, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But hey, you know what? You just made me think of something. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Will decides the best way for Carlton to recapture his popularity after the whole debacle is with a party. So it seems like we're going to have a party episode. Hillary shows her mom the video that she made while new Uncle Phil is handling campaign business. And Viv explains that while new Uncle Phil will do anything for his baby girl, that she should probably empower herself in this situation. Finally showing that her and new Uncle Phil can be distracted, but every now and then they can provide a decent amount of advice.
So I
their
know what I
kids.
felt about that scene with Hillary and Vivian before the end of the episode. Seeing the rest of the episode, how does it make that moment? How do you feel about that moment now? Because now I feel completely different. I feel completely different based off of how this episode ended about that conversation. I felt like, oh, this was a good, mother and daughter moment. And she's encouraging her daughter to spread her wings and fly on her own, which she's still doing. I just wonder how much of that is coming off as just, genuine good advice for your daughter. Or maybe somebody's feeling a little pinned in and they want to spread their wings. So now they're trying to live vicariously through their daughter. But, hey.
I can see it'll
Hey.
probably be for the best to allow you to handle the Aunt Viv situations in this episode because you own one today about Aunt Viv.
Hey, I'm tired of her.
Which brings us to Aunt Viv also explains to new Uncle Phil that she's going to an art fair in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
That, coupled with the info that Geoffrey provides on Ricky from Barbershop's whereabouts, causes new Uncle Phil to worry a little bit.
So, let's set the stage here, right? So Uncle Phil, he took the money, he put it into the campaign. But it was my money. So it's your money? Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Our money. I didn't think that you were going to be that mad. I'm sorry. What does Vivian do? Well, I feel like being petty. And I'm going to go to the art show. And I'm going to spend time by myself. Because that's what we do, right? We just go and we do stuff and we talk about it later. Right? So she all petty. Now she's about to take off to the art show. But you know what? That's fine. He did wrong. He's letting it go. But my man Geoffrey,
Now he's your man. I feel like at some point you was like, nah.
You know why he's my man?
Okay.
You know why he's my man? Because he's here doing his job. He's here doing something for once this season. He's not MIA messing with light-skinned shorty with the dreads, Vivian's friend.
Fair.
So my man Geoffrey brings the information and said, Vivian's going to such and such. Well, look who's also going to be there that you didn't know about. Strike one. Strike one. Strike one. Why? Why leave that out? But you know what? Okay, fine. So I'm gonna pull up then. I'm gonna pull up. You know why? Because something don't feel right. I don't like this. I don't like bro. And you're my wife. So if I want to surprise you at one of your events, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm well within my rights, right? So I'm pulled up. And what is the first fucking thing I see when I roll in there to put my mind at ease about my faithful wife? Y'all hunched off in the corner having private conversations, whispering to each other, smiling and shit. I thought this was an event for exposure. I thought you were supposed to be talking and networking and getting your product mingling. Oh, you mingling, all right. But you know what? That's only strike two. And you know what? In baseball, you get 3 strikes, so it's okay. So now we let that go, right? And so now we having this conversation, and maybe Uncle Phil overplays his hand just a bit. I'll say that because he was doing well. He was doing good. He slid in there. He was Superman for a minute. He was doing good until he pressed a little too hard and started talking to Blue Jay all crazy, right? So then they go back to the room and they have their rigorous honesty talk. They have their come to Jesus moment. And I feel like a lot of realistic stuff got fleshed out. Vivian feels like Phil let her give up on her career and he didn't push her to do better. Phil thought like he was doing the best thing for her because the state that she was in was not healthy and it wasn't good for her. So he felt like he was doing the best thing that he could for her. And there was a disconnect in there. They weren't understanding each other.
Let's stop.
Go.
I just wanted to note that I thought that these scenes between them where they're kind of having a conversation, right? It's very clear that this Black relationship has its issues. I thought it was very great that they highlighted communication between them and not some fucking all-out war between them. You know, especially
you want them then? Go be with them.
You know what I mean? And I'm glad it didn't get any kind of, well, I don't think in this case it would have, but I'm glad it didn't get physical. I'm glad that there were really no tropes here. It was 2 people having an honest conversation about the problems that they're having in their relationship. I thought that was extremely dope. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say strike 2.5 was that comment where she was like, if you were curious about Reid, all you had to do was ask. I'm like, she must be talking to that nigga over there because that wasn't for me. That couldn't have been for me. I'm sorry, what? If I was curious. Lady, let me explain something to you. If a man is curious about you and another man, especially if y'all married, you know, I can only speak from a relationship standpoint presently. I'll let you know in about 60 days, you know, something different. But
damn, 60 days?
Yeah, man, we getting close. We're getting close. But even just speaking from a long-term relationship standpoint, if I'm curious about you and another man, it's probably already have gone too far. Because you're supposed to have trust, right? So you already supposed to be in a good spot with your mate. So if I'm out my hookup, if I'm uncomfortable by something that's going on, it's probably already too deep. It's gone beyond, oh yeah, hey babe, who's your friend? Because see, I asked that once and he just keeps popping back up. Y'all just keep ending up in rooms alone or areas alone with just y'all, nobody else, y'all two alone. Out of town. And you didn't tell me. See, that was strike 1. Remember, that was the first strike. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what strike 3 is. Strike 3 is, hey babe, I want to take care of myself. I'ma save me this time. You go ahead and head home. You got your fast ass out that bed and went to the bar to meet the man?
Yeah, no, that to go through, but
fam, what's wrong with your phone? What is wrong? Now we just had rigorous honesty. We even got it out on the table. Clearly, homeboy has Uncle Phil ruffled under the feathers. Clearly, he's uncomfortable by this situation that you got going on with your man. You gonna double down on it? You're going to double down?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Bet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Y'all about to find out how bad of a man Geoffrey is. Y'all
That
about
is
to
a
find out.
fact.
Y'all
That is
about
a
to
fact. But
find out.
hopefully he doesn't go missing again and do all the work
Yeah,
in the background. I want to see Geoffrey in action.
for sure.
All right. So meanwhile, while all that was happening, Will and Carlton are at the party. Carlton claims there is nobody at the party, which is nuts because I saw at
Nigga,
least
a whole
50
fucking backyard
to
full of
75
people.
people.
I was like, yo, your life must be amazing when a party with 40 people in it is nobody. Your life is amazing, fam.
That was people in the backyard. You know there's people scattered throughout the house as well.
Dog.
There's at least 100 people here.
40 people crammed into a small basement is a party for me. That's a house party. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I mean?
That was the highlight of my season. Boy got a whole fucking pavilion out in his backyard with at least 50 people there. At least. There's nobody here.
Like, damn, really? All right. I see how
But you know
you
what I
are.
think he was saying though? I think he was saying none of his friends was there.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it should have been taken. But
Yeah.
I'm like, literally, I can
Fam.
see
Look
people there.
at he's walking
Anyway.
around people talking about, there's no one here.
Also, Will calls Connor a nut ass. He doesn't say nut ass freak bull, which I'm saying correctly. I've been stamped as saying correctly. A little slow, but I'm saying it correctly. Nut ass freak bull. He didn't say that yet, but he said nut ass. We almost there. Anyway, also, there was a DJ here. Could we not get Jazzy Jeff to be the DJ in this situation? Was he busy?
Is Jazz a DJ?
No. Literally Jazzy Jeff.
Get Jazzy Jeff to do it. We haven't seen nobody from the former cast pop up in the shits yet, which is.
I have heard that light skin Aunt Viv is going to make an appearance.
Is that why people were petitioning to get dark skin Aunt Viv on here too?
Probably. I don't know.
It's
light skin. It was light skin Aunt Viv and the person who played the original Vi, I think, are both going to show up in an episode this season, I believe, is what I saw.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Very interesting.
But yeah, people were petitioning to try to get the black skin. Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
The dark skin Aunt Viv on here as well. I thought they were talking about that reunion show thing that they did before this show came out.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were mentioning because I don't think she showed up.
Yeah.
One.
Well, yeah. You already talked about No Uncle Phil, so I'll skip that. Jazz shows up to the party and makes a cracking the whip reference, along with mentioning the master bedroom being problematic, which I thought was funny because I'm pretty sure we had a conversation on the pod at some point about master bedroom.
Dog, all the shit that we say and do that's racist, your brain would break. Your brain would break. You would never celebrate a holiday. You'd probably be an atheist. Your vocabulary would change exponentially. It's best not to think about those things. And just in all honesty, let's just assume that most things are racist and move on.
All right, fair enough.
No.
Not sure I noticed originally, but there is a stark difference in the height between Hillary and Jazz, which was nuts, but
it was kind of crazy. But
we stand the short kings over here. That's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Jazz is a short king. You know what I'm saying? And on this podcast, we stand the short king. You know what I mean? We, me and you. I didn't say you're short. I said we stand the short kings. All right.
Oh, okay.
5'8" and loving it. What's up?
Ooh.
Yeah. What up? Anyway.
Well, now.
if you can go on a tangent about Aunt Viv I can go on a tangent about the short kings out here, right?
Okay, okay, Josh. Shout out to Short Kings.
But yeah, I just thought that difference between them. I thought it was at first their heels or her heels, but no,
No, she
like
tall. She's
there's
tall
a
for
very
sure.
clear difference.
Yeah, she's tall
Which,
as hell.
hey, it is what it is. Carlton meets a cool young thing named Aisha. She calls him a sellout for the things that he likes,
Not
which
exactly. Not exactly.
no,
She did not call him a sellout. She said, "You are cooler than your rep," and then he begged her to explain what his rep was. And literally, as he's saying, "I can take it," I was like, "No, you can't." He was like,
all right.
"I can take it." I'm like, "No, you can't."
But does he deserve criticism for the things that he likes specifically? Because that's what the
She wasn't criticizing him. She was explaining what his reputation was. She didn't say that she held those opinions of him. She was literally giving him the information that he begged her to give her. And then he
okay.
got
So
pissed off and walked away.
fair enough. So then his public perception is that he's into yachting and race cars and shit like that. Like,
And why is
I still
that?
don't see the problem in that.
She went on and explained what the problem with it is that it's not just that alone. It's that you have all of those things that you like, which are more commonly seen in white communities,
Fair
but
enough.
you don't do any work to reach out to things that are more commonly seen in black
I was going to
communities.
mention that. Yeah,
So
he
it's not just
never.
that you like race cars alone. It's that you like race cars and you've never picked up a thing of fried chicken ever. Not a day in your life.
Well, that's nuts. She didn't say
It's,
fried chicken.
it's the fact that you have never shown up to a black student union meeting,
There you
but
go.
you play lacrosse. You know what I mean?
Fried
Yeah.
chicken is nuts. I'm not stepping away from that. Why is it the first thing you went to when she gave you an
Oh shit.
example? That's wild.
Fried chicken was
Um,
funnier.
it was. It was. All right. Jazz and Hillary. Because Jazz and Hillary don't get together in the original, I still felt a little way about their whole getting together, but short king, bruh. Short king, bruh.
What
He's a
about
short
Jazz and
king.
Hillary getting together? What's wrong with that?
I didn't like it because it wasn't the original was very different. Obviously, they Jazz liked Hillary, but Hillary wanted no parts. But I know we're dealing with a different Hillary, a completely different Hillary.
I think it was a playful flirtation with Jazz at certain moments. It wasn't always like it definitely started out as like go home, Roger. But then, later on in the series, it was a more friendly, welcoming. Definitely post Trevor, it was welcoming. Jazz was the one who pulled her out of her Trevor funk. If I remember
I think
correctly.
they went on a date or something along those lines, but that was like one episode, and then they went back to same old Jazz and Hillary. They damn sure didn't make out.
Look, I'm not mad at that.
Anyway, so I am officially drinking the Kool-Aid. Aunt Viv specifically states that the support she needed from new Uncle Phil was 15 years ago. You may not be completely right in your initial theory, but it's very clear that from jump, you smelled something and you fucking
So let's set
rode the season all the way through.
Let's set our storyboard up. Let's set it up.
I'm just gonna say you have the air to predict anything else from Bel Air season 1 if you like to, without any complaints or anything like that from me.
Set up the stage. Let's set up the stage. We have some sort of long-standing beef between Aunt Viv and Aunt Vi. We have a career that was given up, just as Aunt Viv was trying to spread her wings. We have this mysterious figure who just can't seem to get the hell away from Aunt Viv because he loves her work. I bet you love it. I bet you love every minute of her work. Now we have defiant Aunt Viv. We have Yeah, Phil, go take care of that family shit. I'm about to go out and do my thing, Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv is hearkening back to her younger self. She's going back to who she was in a younger stage of her life. She's trying to recapture that. This Vivian don't give a damn about nothing.
No, she
So
doesn't.
if this is who she was 15 years ago, who knows what might have happened? Who knows what might have happened? Because see, we only know the mom, Aunt Viv. Who was Aunt Viv before she was a mom?
A thought. A Philly thought. A Philly John.
A Philly John. A Philly John. Nah, something's definitely going on, man. History wise, and I don't see the scenario where your seeking of your career has to run parallel to a guy that your husband's uncomfortable with you being around.
Yeah.
I cannot work out a scenario. Let's flip a scenario. In what case is Phil going to be allowed to work with a woman that's attracted to him? And that's okay with Vivian? In what situation is that going to be allowed? It's not. It's not going to happen. You know it's not. She going to give him hell until he quit or she get fired.
Especially if he's the boss in that situation. Like, I guess in this art situation, the one who has power would technically be Reid. So in their situation, obviously, Uncle Phil would be the one with the power. So especially in that situation.
So I just feel like, and there's no concerted effort to keep it separate, so that there's no feeling of or thoughts of impropriety. So nobody has any second questions. Dog, you sent me home and then you went to go have drinks with him. You couldn't have asked him about that fellowship through an email, a text, a phone call at most. FaceTime him if you got to look at his blue eyes that bad. But do not send me marching back to Bel Air so you can go sit down with this man at the bar. It was the craziest thing to me that Michael Ealy realizes that she may be doing some damage to her relationship before she does. Now you know you in the wrong. Mm-hmm. Your husband feels away, right? The man your husband feels a way about notices that he feels away and that this is probably causing a problem. You're full steam ahead. You full steam ahead.
Yeah, I would agree.
How does that fly if the roles are reversed? It doesn't. It does not at all.
It would seem that a lot of people have not watched Bel Air this week because we keep getting comments that people aren't watching.
Haven't seen it this week. I mean, it came out with last night or today.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is there is a live review. So
yes,
shout out to Perp, shout out to Patience Anderson in the future, I guess in this case.
For sure. All
right, so Jazz and Hillary decide to go pull up on Kylo because she now has his location. She has the drop on bro. And it would seem that she has smoke for him. That is until Kylo decides that, yeah, everybody loves that video. Your analytics are through the roof. Hillary sees somebody that approved of the video. And then Kylo rolled out the Victoria's Secret opportunity. And all that other shit went out the window.
Okay.
Literal definition of a sellout. But
like textbook, dog. Like if there was a picture in the dictionary. First of all, I poor Jazz. We just gonna pour one out for all the homies in this episode, man, because everybody just so disappointed with they women this week. Poor Jazz, because he actually went down there when he ain't had no business being there to back up Hillary, and then you end up making me look like a fool. You end up making me look like a lackey, like a peon, because I'm over here fighting for what I thought you wanted, and you went and did the opposite off of a conversation.
Well, fighting for what he thought she wanted, which was the right thing.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, but even still, like, I think he's only there because it's Hillary, though. He's there more so because that's what she wants, as opposed to...
He was there for backup to her because, he wanted to be there for her. Yeah. Because he's a short king.
Right. Okay. Anyway, secondly, them people was plants. Obvious plants too. Like obvious as shit. I've been in here talking for a whole minute and a half. Why you wait until we get into a shouting match and walk over here and tell me that you love my video?
Yeah. Yep. And they were probably sitting with him before she walked in, but
Girl, now you going back to old Hillary. Come back. We need to pull you back. Put Coco's brain back in there. Let's get what's the old girl's name? Was it April or something like that?
Oh damn, why can't I think of it? I don't know.
Yeah, chick from Major Pain.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's getting old Hillary brain here because that was dumb as hell. And
She was also in
then
Ladies Man. Just wanted to note that as well.
she was with Leon Phelps. Hello,
Yep.
Dooley. You threw me the fuck off. You threw me off.
You're welcome.
Oh, the way that she was acting afterwards, I was like, man, you not even embarrassed.
Nope.
You not even embarrassed.
Nope.
You drove me down here to tell this man off and to make sure that he took that video down. We're leaving with you having a Victoria's Secret deal to take off more of your clothes.
She got the bag, bro.
You not embarrassed?
Nope.
Why are you not embarrassed? Why? Why are you not embarrassed?
Because she got the bag, bro. That's all that matters.
No. First of all, $15K to get you out your clothes? $15K to get you naked. Okay, so bet. So I know you'll act a plumb dumb fool for $50K. You'll act a whole asshole for 50. And for 100, I can do whatever the fuck I want with you. It's basically smut porn. Like, come on, man. Even if you're going to sit up there and take your money for something like that, why set your bar so low? That's reality TV money. That's Love and Hip Hop, bro. You might as well call up Viacom, tell them that you down. You got to follow on social media. They are sure to put you on the next Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You don't even have to live there, bro. Just they'll get you an apartment. You can go there and make $15K a month. That's what you want to do. Or $15K a post.
Love and Hip Hop LA, actually. Get it right. They're in LA.
They will for sure pay you $15K an episode.
It's probably $5K an episode, depending on who you are, I guess.
But okay, so you got to make the equivalent though. So like the banks are probably like the fucking Carters, or maybe not that big. Let's say the banks are like the Baileys.
Okay.
Not Bailey. Yeah, like the Bailey sisters.
Okay.
So you don't think Chloe Bailey could get $15K an episode on Love and Hip Hop?
Chloe Bailey
at
is
least
above Love and Hip Hop.
No, she absolutely is. But if she wanted to do it, you don't think they pay her $15K an episode?
Anything Love and Hip Hop is paying her is a downgrade.
Karen Parsons was her name. Karen.
Yes, that's her
she
name.
She got. What up, Dale? She got the. She definitely got Karen brain again.
Lisa helps Will see that as much as he's trying to help, it's basically up to Carlton to help himself. And then they decide to go upstairs. She decides to ask him about his secrets. He stays true and doesn't give up any information about what brought him from Philly. And then they do the do.
I just see all of this crumbling down. But you know what? I knew it was going to have to happen, something like this, because, again, high school relationships, this was never going to last anyways.
Seemed a little quick, though.
Well, no, it's not over now. They have to get closer, and they have to build a loving relationship, and they have to seem like nothing can stop them, only for it to all tumble down because Will lied, right? Because that's how life works.
Okay.
Because that one miscarriage of justice outweighs everything else that they've been through. But you watch. That is exactly how it'll happen. That is exactly how it'll happen. You lied to me. Everything's a lie now. Because you lied to me that one time. And now everything else you did after that was a lie because of that. How could I ever trust you, Will? Why didn't you trust me? Watch. That conversation is happening. It is 1,000% happening.
No, for sure. It has to. Kind of nuts how we're going to go from this to them getting married in seasons, in like the coming seasons at some point.
We
Because
don't
that's
know if
what
that's where
happens.
we're gonna end up, bro. We
So
don't know if that's where we're gonna end
did
up.
they completely retcon her character to the point where they're not?
Where that she doesn't end up with Will, maybe. They're high school sweethearts. Who's still with their high school sweetheart, Josh?
I understand that. I'm just saying, did we completely change her character to where that's not happening? Because I feel like you could have gave that character to somebody else and not named her Lisa at that point.
Most people do not marry their high school sweethearts.
I get it.
Side note, why the hell is Carlton searching around looking for Will and Lisa when he should be with Aisha?
He should be, especially after what happened with, Carlton and Connor. He proved
Fam,
himself a little bit. She was there, reaped the
you felt like
benefits
the
of that.
man. You felt like the man. You sent your little text to Will. He gonna get up with you when he can. Don't go looking for the man, especially
Yeah.
after you paused on the steps. He knew what time it was when he sat there on the steps and looked around and he noticed he didn't see Lisa. He didn't see Will. You knew right then, fam. Why are you torturing yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you torturing yourself? It ain't gonna make you no better to see it in the flesh.
Yeah. So forget about it. Go downstairs and then
And
enjoy
talk
yourself.
to Aisha.
Enjoy yourself.
Lisa's a goner, fam. She's gone.
She's been gone. You knew that. That's why you tried to blackmail, bro. Enjoy
Dog.
yourself. But we talking about teenagers, so I know what I would have done, but I'm not a teenager anymore. I
Aisha's
have learned.
right there, dog. She's right there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Also, we did actually kind of talk about it already, but Jazz is a fucking real one. Jazz just gets it. He gets it. He
I'm
completely
so glad he
understands.
didn't let her off the hook. I feel like it would have been so easy just to go along with whatever she was doing because at the end of the day, he was there with her. But I'm so glad he didn't let her off the hook. Sometimes people need to hear when they're wrong. People need to hear it. It's not enough just to, all right, well, I don't have to indulge them with my company. No, man. Make sure that they know that what they doing is grimy. It's one
Facts.
thing to have the support of your friends and family while you're doing wrong. It's another thing to do it in spite of their dissent, in spite of their disagreement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make her come to terms with what she's actually doing. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you're not gonna sit up here and pretend that you're doing it for the people. Oh yeah, I'm gonna amass all of this following by showing my tits, and then I'm gonna talk to him about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's definitely not gonna happen.
I'm gonna uplift my people with my nipples.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen.
What are you talking about?
What's actually gonna happen is you're going to get sucked deeper and deeper into this black hole that you've created for yourself. But
and then the next thing you know, you Camille Wimbush.
Why does she keep getting brought up in these conversations? Yikes!
Because she swore up and down that that's not. I'm gonna keep doing this. She swore up and down that that's not what she was about to do. We even got on the pod and defended her against all the nasty Negroes out there that was jumping on her back, waiting on her OnlyFans to kick off. We defended you, Nessa.
And
another topic for another day.
That didn't work out. But anyway,
that's another topic for another day.
Anyway, did you have anything else that you wanted to say about the whole Aunt Viv and all of that situation?
That's about to get messy, man. That is about to get so messy. Uncle Phil is head first into the campaign. Aunt Viv is head first into this lecture tour that she has going on now.
We still haven't even gotten into the 20,000 for the art yet.
Yeah, that's.
Which I guess at this point that kind of seems like a smaller problem, but another problem nonetheless.
Yeah, the bigger problem is that she's willing to go on tour with this guy.
Yep.
That's the bigger issue.
I would agree.
But
still another feather on the pile of things that they have against them.
In so many words, you admitted to being attracted to him, not physically, but because he enjoys your art so much. Provides. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Just allow you to go gallivant across the country with him?
Nope.
Hey,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You let me know. Give me the itinerary, babe. Hey, babe. Let me see the itinerary. I just want to make sure you're safe. Want to make sure that, I have everything set up for you. I'm going to have Geoffrey look into it. Let me see your itinerary. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Done dada. He about to be sleeping with Rashad in a minute.
Oof. Let's hope Geoffrey don't cap, bro. But he might have
on
to.
That Ely pack. We smoking on that Ely pack.
Smoking on that Ricky from Barbershop pack.
Smoking on that Ricky. We smoking on that Ricky tonight.
Yikes.
For real.
All right. So the last scene that we see, I believe the last scene, is obviously the cops get called from Connor. What a stereotypical white name. I just think that's hilarious.
No, it's the perfect name for this character.
It is.
For sure.
Either Connor or Tanner. Connor calls the cops on Carlton. He thinks he can smooth it over because he lives in the house. To which the cop decides he's about to just pull up and arrest every fucking body.
Dog.
Which was nuts. Absolutely nuts to begin with. The LAPD has been absolutely wild in between Snowfall and Bel Air.
I mean, I guess I could kind of see it if he was pulling up in the hood somewhere, but like...
No, you're pulling up in a fucking mansion.
So, yeah, and even still, you still got your chest out. Like, anything you do in here is not going to come back to you. Like, these are a bunch of rich kids, rich parents' kids. So, like, why are you so... I understand why you go out there on the I-95 and do whatever the hell you do. Right? Because, let's just be honest, LA is not the best place to be driving while black.
Facts.
But, how do you think you about to pull up into this Bel Air mansion and manhandle all these rich kids?
I was going to say that's also gated. So how did you even get in here? But they probably left it open for the party.
Sure.
So that happens. And then finally, Lisa and Will come down from their escapade. And because Lisa's dad is the head of police, she called him, got everything rectified. But Will still has not had that conversation with Carlton. So he's pissed.
Yeah, that was a miscalculation on Will's part because I don't really have no right to be mad. It's been over with. I think that's clear enough. I think it's also clear enough that she likes you. At this point, if we boys, we should probably have this conversation.
If we're cousins, blood related.
Well, but they was already cousins, so that part of it didn't
That's
really
right.
have no.
I got you.
Now we're cool. We on the same page. We not beefing no more. So if that's the case, you at least owe me a conversation.
Agreed.
Now, prior to all of that, I feel like it was probably Carlton's responsibility to have that conversation. If you're the one pursuing, if you're the incumbent, it's incumbent on you to speak up.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? Predators come around, they start sniffing, and they just go hunt. They don't ask permission. So, if you're laying parameters, if you're setting boundaries, it would be a good idea to start with the woman that you're going after.
Yes, absolutely.
Just saying. Now, in the midst of all that shit happening, and then her going, leaning more towards Will, it probably became more of Will's responsibility. But I feel like at different points, it was both of their responsibility to start actually talking about this and not just arguing over it or saying, stay away from Lisa.
Yep.
So
I would agree. Any other thoughts on Bel Air?
Hey man, y'all better watch out for Aunt Viv.
They better watch out for Geoffrey.
Better watch out for Aunt. Yeah, no, watch out. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. A bad man from Kingston. Bad man from Kingston.
We got anybody else asking questions in the chat? 13 viewers still currently. Anybody got any thoughts on Bel Air? Do you have any thoughts on what happened with Snowfall? Have you finally started watching Proud Family yet?
I have not started watching Proud Family yet.
Fucking up, bro.
Yeah, no, man. Look, bro, I'm behind on a lot of stuff. Actually,
that's cool.
I'm behind. I need to watch Proud Family, Bad Batch. Is it Rogue Squad? I have not watched. I've just been caught up, bro. I've been caught up on Attack on Titan, so that's been taking most of my time.
I have not watched episode 1 of Winning Time yet, but I'll get on it.
Dog, yeah, what you doing? I did watch that. I know we're gonna probably talk about that on Sunday. Make sure y'all tune in next week. We'll have a review up for the first probably two episodes.
Two
Yeah,
episodes.
first 2 episodes of Winning Time. Another good show. Another good show.
I've been slacking a little bit. I've been editing videos. That's what I've been doing, bro. What you been doing? What's your excuse?
Being great, bro. Being black.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm a black man in America. I got things to do.
Speaking of black men in America, you don't want to talk about it? You don't want to talk about it? You want to wait till Sunday?
Nah, stay tuned.
All right. Well, on that note, I believe the boys are out. Unless anybody else has anything in the chat, I think we are all good to go.
Thank you, squad homies. Every single one of y'all. Shout out to Low Key Cave and Polo Boy for giving us our first super chats. Definitely appreciate y'all, and I appreciate the the regulars that come in here and get these lives going for us. We know
I appreciate the engagement, the questions, the comments that everybody has. Kind of helps keep the episodes going. We want hopefully in the future more of y'all to come in and say y'all piece as well.
For sure, man. We got a consistent, I'd say 10 to 15 that get these lives going every week. We're going to try to grow it as much as we can. But while we got y'all, we definitely appreciate it because we won't forget that y'all was here first.
As well as the people who watch the reviews and comment on those as well. I think last one we had about 200 views or so. So,
Rewatch Squad. We got to come up with, I kept calling them the replay game, but that's somebody else's shit. So we got to come up with something else to call y'all.
Somebody else's shit already?
No, we got to come up with a specific name for Back of the Bus. So y'all float us some ideas for the replay watchers. I can't call them replay gang. That's it. Feels like I'm jocking somebody else's swag.
Fair enough. And I guess on that note, my dad just hit the chat again. Going back to Snowfall, is the young rapper from the project supposed to be Dr. Dre or Ice Cube?
You know what? I did.
He would be Cube because Dre didn't rap.
Yeah, but Cube also wasn't a weirdo like this kid, so I feel like he's a more out there rapper, whoever it is. Well, he was on the roof listening to whatever music with a skateboard, so bro is different. But I was interested. I wanted to know who he was though, because I felt like they were trying to portray somebody in that since he was so out there and so different. But I couldn't put my finger on it.
But Dr. Dre literally was the producer. So I mean,
it could be Dre, but
Ice Cube wrote. Did he
at any point
for everybody?
At any point in time, did he ever look like a skateboard riding type of guy?
No.
At a time where it wasn't very popular for black people to ride skateboards.
He went from like disco shit to NWA,
right,
and then Death Row.
There you go. So at no point in time did I ever picture this man on a skateboard.
So no, he didn't ever seem like he's not Pharrell.
You know what though? Snoop is an interesting one because Snoop went to a white high school. So there could be some context for Snoop to be messing around with skateboards because he was in a different environment. He went to high school with goddamn tall, blonde, blue eyes, very skinny, in a lot of movies. She was in Charlie's Angels.
Cameron Diaz.
There you go. Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz is a Hispanic name. Maybe she went to the black school.
Maybe her mama married a Latino man.
Especially considering he's from Long Beach. You sure?
They went. You talking about Cameron Diaz and Snoop? They definitely went to school.
Well, Snoop is from Long Beach. That's all I was saying.
Oh, well, yeah, man. They went to school together. I don't know where he went to high school. He's from Long Beach. But I don't know if he went to high school in Long Beach.
Yeah, bro. He was cripping in Long Beach, bro. He's rolling 20s, bro. I'm just saying he's not some white guy out here. He's Snoop fucking Dogg.
But if he went, 20s, but if he went to a white high school, it would make sense that he was introduced to different things. I'm just saying, out of Dre, Snoop, and Ice Cube, I would say Snoop is the most likely.
Okay. I will also throw this at you. We're talking about 1985. Snoop wasn't around yet.
He wasn't.
Snoop was early 90s, like 91.
No. You talking about when Snoop premiered. This was a little kid. This was a little boy. He was a teenager.
All right. Fair enough. At this point, I would just say
Mr. Layton, your son over here trying to kill your theory.
NWA was like at their height at this point, so I would think more
You
them.
trying to
But you know,
kill my boy's theory, man? Shout out to Miss Layton, man.
don't call my dad your boy. That's kind of nuts, but okay.
Well, we trying to be cool right now because we're in a social setting, and I want him to feel comfortable.
I guess, bro. Any other fucking chats? What's going on here? He's Ice Cube.
I don't think it's Ice Cube.
It's cool, bro. It is what it is. He's
Ice
not
Cube,
any. First of all, he's
Ice
not
Cube,
anybody.
Ice Cube beat people up for their lunch money. That kid isn't going to bust a grape.
That's a fact too. But then that would assume that Snoop Dogg also wouldn't do that. Snoop Dogg
You
is
know what's
on trial
interesting?
for a murder. I think he would do that shit.
But you know what? Even that was standing. I've heard more stories of Snoop talking about him backing down from fights or getting jumped or running away than I've heard of him talking about him fighting. Even though he caught a body. But when you hear him talk in interviews, he talks a lot more about running away or backing down or times that he was probably supposed to get snuffed out and didn't. You know?
Yeah, because why would he be out here talking about his body?
Well, not talking about his body, but just, maybe more offensive minded fighting stories. I don't know.
Nah, bro, you save those for, immediate family. You tell them people those stories. Anybody else, they don't need to know. Yeah, I got jumped that one time. I didn't kill anybody after that. Just saying.
All right, we're off the reservation. Way off the reservation.
Look, man, we appreciate all of the squad homies for coming and rocking with us. Any other thoughts?
Nah, man, that's it for me tonight, folks.
Well, I guess on that note, we are out.